Meta Madness Group C. Haunted Mines is the starting map for this particular best of 5, and we got the Twitch team going up against the Cats now. On our first map, Cats have already shown some crazy comps. Obviously, they're aiming to take the second seed in the group. We already had Washed Something, aka Washed Up, taking the top spot, but the Cats, they're still fighting to make it out of the group, and this is the first map in this best of 5. The normal Meta Madness rules, they still apply, so we have these 10 heroes that are banned for the entire group stage. Noteworthy, only for the group stage. For the playoffs, we will have more heroes banned, which makes the group stage the warm-up phase for Meta Madness, just to get a bit familiar with the concept and everything. The second rule that is put in place to make the games a bit more entertaining and more interesting is every single hero can only be played once in a series. So that way we don't always see the same heroes being played throughout a best of 5. And to make it even more interesting, as you head into game 3, 4 or 5, the hero pool is shrinking more and more, which also then means that people have to really think a little bit outside of the box. And we've seen in the group stage some crazy games already where the players weren't just simply happy with like thinking outside of the box. Some just came in, ripped the box apart and burned it to the ground. So yeah, we had some insane stuff. So with that, we now have Arthur's banned, which in and of itself is already interesting. Sylvanas has been banned too. I mean, it's Haunted Mines here, so the Sylvanas ban is fairly good. Super powerful hero here. You can, while your opponent goes for skulls, you can just push at the top. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. But as pointed out in the past, again, the entire tournament here is made possible by the people supporting my channel on patreon.com/Khaldor. There's a link in the video description. If you would like to support events like this and efforts like this as well, then you can head over to patreon.com/Khaldor and do that there. As I said in the past, I'm not really one to go for a lot of updates there. So if you're looking for some regular social media updates and everything, it's not quite the thing. I'm less good with the talking, a little bit ironic for a commentator, I understand, but better with the delivery. We already had offline events last year that we organized, of course. We had previous tournaments that we put together, and now we have Meta Madness, which is fully powered and sponsored by the community through the Patreon guys. So everybody that is supporting over there, big shout out, really is appreciated. And without you guys, the esports scene in Heroes of the Storm would struggle a lot more than it already does, because again, yeah, it's pretty tough to put something like this together, since sponsors are currently not interested very much in hosting Heroes of the Storm content. So yeah, big shout out to everyone that supports the channel over here and helps us to make this possible. And talking about making things possible, what it makes possible is some crazy support comp. The Cats come in with Rega, Morales and Uther. So right from the get-go, we have them with 3 supports. Now this is going to have more than only a small impact here. It is gonna heavily limit the pool of supports for the upcoming maps, but even for this one, it already promises to be quite interesting. So if you're going into something that is this heavily hinging on going for supports, and the question is, of course, are you going all the way, or are you adding one damage dealer that can really help you there? That's more or less the question. Now you got Rega, there's a lot of aggression that you come in with it. You have Uther for stuns. You can, if you're going for this many healers, also take some of the more aggressive heroic abilities. That's something that they could do here. If they want to do some damage, they should go for Lily. If they are totally fine adding at least one damage dealer, then that's it. And well, they go for Varian. So we might get a twin blade Varian over here together with Tyrande now. This definitely got super interesting. They're going up against Twitch team, and I'm going to talk about them a little bit more as we're entering the game. But yeah, we are in for a hot first map. Butcher would have been another pick, I suppose, that they could have gone for. It's actually a bit of a sad one that they didn't. Imagine a Divine Shielded Butcher with Morales, Stimdrone, and then Bloodlust behind it. I mean, just glorious. So we have Li Ming, and that leads us to a Nano Boost plus Li Ming com, maybe even Malthael, but it's definitely going to be spicy. Game number 1, everybody, Haunted Mines. It's the Cats against the Twitch team. Game number 1, the Cats on the left with Drakir on Tyrande, Hirath on Morales, 0 is playing Rega. We got Captain Rex on Uther. And No Game, No Life is playing Varian. On the right side of the map, the Twitch team with Boozer on Liming. We got IG on Anubarak, Nemesis on Malthael, Nacho Libre on Leoric, and Sylvanas is playing Anna. Now, I have to give right from the start a big shout out to the Twitch team. In case that you missed it on the first day of Group C, we had a team literally cancel on us 5 minutes before the stream started. So super short notice. And one of the I mean, there were only 2 options. Option number 1, we find a replacement. Option number 2, we just forfeit all of the games that they would have had to play. And it's always a shame when you have a fun format like this and you have to cancel out games and have less games to show to the audience. So instead, we asked on the Twitch channel, and every player that you see here is part of the Khaldor Twitch community, and they just said, okay guys, we're gonna play, this is gonna be fun, we're gonna get wrecked, but we're going to just have some fun here, have a good time, and then see what we can do. So far, they've been delivering, so they've been doing their best, and honestly, for a random team, they are pretty committed. I had them practicing, or they've been practicing. They've been sitting in the Discord voice channel and been playing games, and it's just been absolutely fantastic. So a big shout out to them. It's very much appreciated that they were all immediately on board and with super short notice put a team together that would then play in Group C. Now the Cats, obviously, they are the favorite to come out of the group as second place after Washed Something has already taken the #1 spot, but they are embracing the spirit of Meta Madness right from the start here with a quad support composition that we have right now. And yeah, they're just going hard on this one. So it should definitely be the Meme Blades. Anything else but Meme Blades would be a disappointment. Even if he goes for just the smash, I would be heavily disappointed. I want to see him go ham on this one. Just all day, every day. Already they're trying to go for an Ubera kill, but they can't quite make it happen. And maybe even a counter. Oh, nice. Li Ming nearly getting the hit here. Good job by Boozer. Job well done. But level 4 is close. It is very close. High King's Quest on level 1 for Varian. And you have, of course, a whole lot of sustain if you're going for any comp like this. The heals are just absolutely bonkers, and once the level 10 abilities are available, you're talking potential Bloodlust, Divine Shield, stuns. I mean, there's so much they can do if you have more than one healer. And they're already breaking through the wall here. They're going straight for Li Ming as well, and Uberak is attempting to help out a bit, but good dodges from Varian. They are nearly on level 4, and then the party should start for real. Rega is dealing with the top lane, and there it is! Twin Blades of Fury! Let's go, boys! Yep, that's the party right there. And Varian is already whacking away. One hit after another. Stop me if you can. So they're coming in and they're trying for Malthael, and he is dead. Yeah, quick kill against him. Malthael is down. The Angel of Death got deaded. Anna is doing her best from the back, went into the grenade build over here. So is coming in with the biotic enhancement at the same time. And yeah, this could be really, really interesting given that she's up against 4 healers on the other side. Now, as the mines open up, the blue team is going straight for the objective. I really expected them to stay at the top lane a bit longer and try and make a play there, but they've just simply gone for the entrance and are now attempting to get some skulls together. So far, they're doing a good job there. We now have also top side Rega still playing this out quite slow, using the towers on the wall to his advantage whenever he can. Whereas down here at the bottom of the map, Turanda is now getting a bit of an assist from Morales, but where's Varian? He's not here yet. Varian, he's just going for structures. He's immediately coming in and he's whacking away at that fort. He has 4 supports on his team and nobody's to be found over here. Nobody's here. He's going all alone against Li Ming, still trying to rush away, but Malthael is on it. Ooh, and he gets out. All right. No, maybe. No. Anna missed him. Leo died, but now the supports are with Varian, and this is the moment when you're trying to hightail it out of there. This is definitely not a moment where you want to fight again. So 2 kills to 0 after Leoric has been killed up at the top. We're now having Uther still playing this out, obviously, with our big boy. They can now also just start to shred this golem to pieces in the middle. That gives them additional skulls, and they will take a lead. Might not be a massively significant one, but they're definitely gonna rock the bigger golem here. We have on level 7 now the Huntress Fury after the Mark of Mending. Again, you can definitely adjust your builds a little bit if you have this many healers on the same team. And we have, in this case, also the second wind again. So Varian is coming in and immediately he's going for it. They take Anna down within seconds. She went for the anti-healer. That's obviously pretty big. So this is actually really, really huge against the composition that they're playing here. The question still is, will it be enough to stop the cats? The cats are currently showing their claws, and now they're trying to go for Leoric at the top. So, yeah, Varian looking for a couple of hits, and he's just shredding it. This is absolutely glorious. Varian, honestly, I mean, if he's not on some kind of drugs that I don't know what is, whenever he goes for the twin blades, he's just like sitting there. He is hyper, like to a fault. He's like that squirrel or whatever that was in Over the Edge. That's what he is, like after the guy drinks an energy drink. Forgot the name, starts with an H, but yeah, like that's exactly him. He's just like rushing around, time stands still, he's dashing from one to another. Once that he gets level 10, Stim Drone will assist him. There might be even a Bloodlust in the mix, maybe Divine Shield. There's so many tools that they can use to empower him even further. And the red team is throwing everything against him, but they just can't stop him. So here comes Varian, and he is just crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. Hit after hit. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. The fort is down, didn't stand a chance. To be fair, at the bottom of the map, a fort got also destroyed by Twitch teams, so they have at least taken one structure down. And the wall at the top is about to be broken too, so they might not get the entire thing, but they took one of the towers down, a little bit more, and he's still at it. They are half a level ahead now too. And yeah, it's again, after level 10 it's going to be even more crazy than now. Already it's wild, but with level 10 it's going to be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And let's not forget, this quest isn't completed yet either. So the additional attack damage that he has on his base attacks is gonna be even bigger. Now we got Bloodlust, we got the Stim Drone, and we get the Divine Shield. I mean, good luck. The stuns against Varian, especially with Twin Blades, is usually the best. But he's going full on the memes on this one. Yeah, it is glorious. Absolutely glorious. Alright, so now as we're headed in for our little attack against the top, we already have the Entomb out. Obviously both teams have their rogue abilities. Varian, yeah, he needs some assist, gets the Divine Shield, but boy, he nearly died there. So they're now turning it, but that nano boost was actually big. They still are close to getting a kill on Varian, especially with Li Ming just homing in and taking the hit points down, hit after hit. But Leo dies, Malthael is already been killed, and yeah, Rhaegar was missing here, so it was a 4 versus 5 from the beginning, but still pretty impressive by Twitch team to nearly get the kill in, and it really, I mean, it forced them down to all their ults. So Rhaegar is still soloing the bot lane, but they destroy the wall up at the top, and Varian is just whacking away hit after hit. He's at 25,000. Li Ming is still at 32, so Varian not the top damage in the game, but definitely the biggest threat, you can tell that much. 5 kills to 1. Bot lane, Rhaegar still busying himself, taking those minion waves down time and time again. As Varian moves in, no fucks given. He's just sitting there like, well, I can still go straight into the fort, I don't care. If I die, it's your fault, boys. So, yep, here we go. So they're coming in with that. We get a cocoon on Uther. So they're trying to eliminate one of the supports in that situation. There's the Bloodlust, and off we go. Death, death, death. Everything's dying. Enubarak, Leoric, and Malthael, they are all gone. All of them are dead, and he's not done yet. Varian is on the warpath, and he is taking everything down that's in his way. They go for another fort, 8 kills to 1. It's a 2-level lead right now, and he is just mad. I mean, he's just cracking One hit after another. No chance for Li Ming either. She gets hit by the stun from Tyrande, and that sets Varian up once again. He is just turning everything into minced meat now. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting Butcher vibes here. I'm a little bit sad that they didn't go for the Butcher instead of Varian. That would have been fantastic as well. Just imagine the Butcher going for meat as he's being healed by 4 supports. But he's also doing an absolutely fantastic job with this Butcher impression over here. So they're spreading out, getting more skulls. The red team obviously trailing behind here, and it's really difficult for them to get anything done. They need to somehow get to him. The cocoon on Uther, I honestly don't mind it because it removes the Divine Shield as a panic button from the cats. But then after that, they need to be absolutely spot on with their damage or they're not going to make it. So here we are, 9 kills to 1. We got level 13. In this case, that also gives us the Mortal Strike. And they can go for more fights. They also have a few more skulls to be taken, which of course means that we're looking at 100% golem, 100 skull golem now for the blue team. So that's going to threaten one of the keeps for sure. Varian is already looking for another fight. And you can tell that the red team isn't comfortable with this. Now, first of all, they want to have their level 13 talent, but also you don't want to go up against him. He's the big boss of the game right now. Whenever Varian appears, you know that he's going to be supported by at least 3 healers, and then it's just time to run. Run and run fast. Ana needs to do a lot with her level 7, but also the glass cannon now. I mean, Li Ming is just saying, we need to kill him somehow. If I die, yeah, whatever, but we need to kill him. So more damage needed, and that's what they're currently trying to use against Rhaegar, who's able to make it out of the fight. He got hit hard. Topside fort will likely fall to, well, it might be defended. Yeah, actually, it's going to be defended. The problem is the bottom of the map with the 100 skull golem is now moving in. I don't think they can save that keep. They're definitely going to try, but it is an absolute bloodbath. And then Rhaegar is going full on in on the lightning shield that he provides at the front. Stim drone isn't out just yet. There's the bloodlust. Captain Rex nearly dying, but they're already going for a kill, and they get it. Leo is down, and Varian, one hit after another. He is just crushing them. He takes down Malthael with the help of Morales. Now he's trying for Li Ming. She gets saved for just a second. Buza attempting to turn it. Gets away with it too. And there's the Rhaegar kill. They get the second kill in the game. Another attempt to go for Varian. And they nearly got him. If she connected the Calamity there. Oh, that might have just been it for our boy. But he makes it out, turns it, and boy, pushes them back once again. Li Ming still alive, but the keep is falling. And they just lose too much ground. Once again, it is Li Ming firing from the background, attempting to get that lucky punch in. She's at 48,000, the same amount of damage that Varian has, a little bit more actually. But there's level 60 now for the blue team. They're retreating, not pushing for the court just yet. Benediction, of course, going to be huge for them as all of this continues. And even Tyrande is now adding a little bit more damage to her repertoire. She's already at 32,000. Now she's looking at the Daenerys archery. We're having the Banner of Dalaran in, Hunger of the Wolf, and every team fight is a good team fight at this point. The extended care, another huge problem that they of course got to deal with. But yeah, Varian is just on a tear. Call him butter cause he's on a roll. And coming in with another attempted kill, and thanks to the stun, Ana is going to be the next victim. Ana gets slammed, and they aim for Malthael once more. The Angel of Death gets deaded pretty quickly, and now it seems that only the core is in the way of another victory for the cats. They jump on it right away. Cocoon is out, gets burned down very, very quickly though, and the party is on again. Look at him. Just look at him go. It's absolutely ridiculous. With a stim drone, he is just crushing it, melting those hit point bars away. They're going for the 5-man team wipe, and they lock it in with ease. Li Ming top damage in the game. Varian, he is a close second though. Might even overtake her now since they're going for additional kills. And he's so close. If Anna runs away, though, then it's not going to happen. The core is definitely going to fall. And with 17 kills to 2, this is the 1-0 lead in the best of 5. Congratulations. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Cursed Hollow! Well, we got the Meme Blades variant for the first map. Now we're on the second game of the best of 3 series. The Twitch team doing their best, but obviously they are a little bit outmatched here. And now it's the cats that have to be a little bit... I don't want to say like concerned. No, concern is the wrong word here. They have to think a bit about what they want to do in game number 2, especially since so many supports were already used in the previous game. That means that the support pool is going to be reduced very quickly. So it will be interesting what happens in game number 3, if it comes to game number 4 even more so. We are on Cursed Hollow, so immediately when I see Cursed Hollow in the context of Meta Madness, I'm thinking Abathur. So Abathur Samuro would be big. Globals are still available, Falstad, Dehaka, lots of options that you have here. And I'm kind of interested to see what the game plan is, but I could definitely see this being a thing. Samura has gained more and more popularity together with Abathur when he was played here, and this would be a good one for him. Now Vikings are up as well, so let's not forget about it. If you want to try and go for something a bit more crazy than Vikings on Cursed Hollow is definitely right there. Murky. Maybe the Butcher? I don't think we're going to see a lot of Butcher games where it would be nice. But the first support is already banned. So we have one support banned out. Guys, I'm telling you, they are getting closer to just removing support options here. If they go again for 3-4 supports, and this time add the Butcher, then for the third map, nothing's going to be left. Because now, obviously, the heroes that were played on the first map cannot be played again. And you have 10 heroes banned out. So they could do that. They could go into the supports... and they do it. So they are banning 2 supports. If you're the red team, this is the moment when you want to first pick a support. If you don't first pick a support right now, you are gonna have a problem. It's telegraphed right there. The only question for me is, are the cats going to again get as many supports as they can and then add the Butcher? Or are they gonna do something completely different? And this is a mistake. This was a mistake. It's a double support pick. It should be a double support pick. And it isn't. That's so sad. Give me Alexstrasza at least. Give me Alexstrasza and go... No, it's Abathur. Alright. That's a little bit of a sad moment. I was really hoping for a double support there. But there's the Vikings. So all of a sudden the Twitch team is like, you know what, guys? We can do that too. So we get Junkrat and we get the Vikings. Now you can ban another support out. And we obviously still have a few available here. But Abathur, I would say Twitch team should ban Samuro, if I'm honest with you. For the reason that I highlighted a bit earlier. But yeah. Okay, so let me see what we're getting here. Abathur with Samuro, Abathur with Murky, Abathur with... something a little bit more common. Illidan would have been a good idea, yeah? I don't like that he got banned. I would have loved to see another Illidan with Abathur. Could, of course, embrace it even more. Go Abathur Valera. He had one Valera, and she's usually... Valera is one of the most useless heroes ever. She's a little bit of a pup stomper, if anything, but if in any coordinated play, Valera usually does have no impact whatsoever. There's a Samuro ban, so yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. It's a smart choice. But I would assume that the cats already thought that that might happen. And they go for the Murky variation. And we have the laser. Octograb into laser is a thing now. Yes, it has happened 2 times already in Meta Madness, and now it happens again. So Murky can Octograb, Phoenix can use the Planet Cracker, and on top of that you also have the massively annoying comp of Murky and the Slugger. So yeah, here we are. We got Stitches together with it. That is also kind of interesting. Don't really see a whole lot of synergy with that just yet. I mean, there's a few things that you can pull off, but nothing that really screams, okay, that's dangerous. Now we have Falstad and we have Oriel. A lot of global control that they're running. But the last pick for Hirath, what's it gonna be? What are we gonna get from him? Yeah, Nova! Now the precision strike on top of it too. Going straight into that. Alright, I'm game. Let's go. Curse solo, everybody. Game number 2 between the Cats and the Twitch team. Okay, we got a wild one. Drag here on the blue team with Murky here at the Nova. That's even more spicy. So we got the Octograb into the Precision Strike with Captain Rex, then chipping in his Planet Cracker. Zero is playing Stitches and no game, no life on Abatha. So after they just played with 4 healers, now they don't have a healer at all. And Abatha is going to at least provide some support, but they have to pick their battles quite carefully. On the right side of the map, it is the Twitch team with Boozer on Junkrat. We got Monty on Falstad, Sylvanus on Oriel, IG on Garrosh, and Catspaw on the Vikings. Yeah, Nova can hunt the Vikings a little bit, that's definitely true, so should be interesting to see how she fares there. Same time, Murky, he's not making his plays. And talking about Nova, she's nearly getting killed here. Spray game is on point, so I like that, but player killer number 1 is already running in trouble right at the start of game number 2. For Olaf, we're getting Olaf the Stout on level 1. Whereas Abatha has chosen to go into a nest build. So playing around toxic nests, which is really annoying when you're trying to traverse the map. So it could be interesting for the objective and also for bosses. You normally get a lot of scouting information when you're playing that build with Abatha on this map. And you can slow your opponent down as well. It's a little bit less individual support that you get with the symbiote. But for a macro attempt, it is quite helpful. Drag here. Oh, nice. Hook is in, but I don't think they have a chance of killing Garrosh that early with the tools at hand here. Nova herself has gone into the long shot as a level 1 choice. We have the fishy deal. And yeah, Phoenix is up at the top dealing with the Vikings. Abatha is getting a kill. Phoenix is getting a kill, so yeah, it is a little bit dicey because as you can see they're already losing a lot of the wall here, and Catspaw is so close of missing out on Balog as well. And at the bottom of the map, Stitches has been killed, but again, losing the wall here, that's a bit problematic. We are very early in the game, and that happens a little bit too fast, so Captain Rex is still playing around with his shield and doing a great job. The Vikings just can't do anything about it. Now what you can do with the Vikings, you could for example try and go behind the fort and try to proxy some of the waves. That's a pretty common strategy that we've seen executed with Murky, but also with the Vikings in the past. You have to focus a little bit more on Balog if you want to do that, but the whole idea is to pressure the solo hero on the lane a bit further by just moving into this space and then taking these minion waves down whenever they appear. Works pretty well if you do it properly and it forces your opponent to react. In this case, they are just sitting tight, using now with the targeted quiet and the mobile offense, Phoenix at the top lane to do structural damage. They have also the slime time for Murky dealing or attempting to deal with Eric, and more importantly the prolific dispersal right here. So toxicness is really going to be the big focus that we're seeing from them, attempting to make sure that the rotations are being slowed down. That should be a kill. No, not quite. Try to slow down the rotations and also making a little bit of a play against anybody that is trying to, let's say, go for a boss, for a tribute or whatever. All the Vikings taken down over here. So yeah, the Vikings are gone and the fort is already suffering hit point losses. So yeah, this is obviously getting real tricky. It's not only the top fort but also the one in the middle that gets attacked. So I want to highlight once again that the Twitch team is literally a team that was put together specifically for this tournament last minute because a team that signed up had cancelled just as the stream started, so that was super unfortunate, and without the boys in red we wouldn't be able to add any additional games here. So they're putting some serious effort into this, but they are of course a bit outclassed. The Cats, after all, are a team that have played in multiple tournaments in the past. Throughout the last 2 years they've been several times just barely scratching at the top 4 and made it to multiple playoffs. So these guys have a lot of competitive experience and are playing on a fairly decent level. They might not be able to contest the top 3 just yet, but they're definitely a familiar face in the competitive scene. They got level 7 now. We got 3 kills to 1, and at the bot lane at least the Twitch team is pushing for one of the structures. Now they are getting a bit closer to taking the fort down here, but they themselves have already lost the top, and we've also seen the mid lane getting attacked. Nobody's going for the tribute, by the way. It's just all-out attack on all lanes. Tributes are being delayed. That's more so in the interest of the cats than it is in the interest of the Twitch team, because for an Abathur team it's always nice when they can fight over tributes with heroic abilities, especially the ultimate evolution. That being said, I wouldn't be shocked if in this case they're going for Monty. They're even getting a kill down here, so they take Garrosh down. Well done. But since they're getting a bit closer towards level 10, the curious thing to observe is going to be, will it be Monty? Are we going to get the monstrosity? Stitches at the bottom of the map. Oh, nearly going down to Falstad. Same is also true for Nova, who barely made it out. Junket was trying to get her back into the fight with the mine, but instead pushed her a little bit farther away. The damage wasn't enough to take her down. Vikings, they're still trying to save what they can save, trying to salvage the situation somehow and get them close in experience, but it's really, really tough. So the cats, they are outclassing them quite a bit, and now with 5 kills to 1, this becomes pretty evident. Murky at least is taken. Seems like Phoenix might make a play for this. No, we have a few toxic nests over here. Now the Octograb is in. We get the precision strike. We get the planet cracker. Everything as expected. So you gotta be careful whenever Murky makes a move. Murky copy in the house. Draka is very low though, so that's not gonna be the moment where he starts his ult. But yeah, you know that trouble is brewing. Phoenix needs to be ready. He's in this case going for the channel now that they have level 10 as predicted earlier. They are making moves for the objective. And there it is. And Murky dies. But so does Junket. So the combo wasn't quite perfect, but they got there and they got their kill too, which is all that matters at the end of the day. So top side, we see the Vikings being chased away by Phoenix again, but down at the bottom of the map where the final fort is standing. They're still playing around with it. Okay, so as it is, we have 6 kills to 1, 2-level lead. Lanes are all getting pressured and pushed. Boss is up on the map and could be taken too, so they could try that. But down here at the bottom of the map, it's all of a sudden Garrosh that finds himself alone against Murky. Definitely not a thankful job. Gorge has been used. No! Oh, straight into the mines. Yeah, that was nasty. That was really nasty. Eeg is used to save Oriel, but damn, the Abathur kill. That one is a bit of a sexy move. Check this one out again. So first we have this battle down here at the bottom. Then they come in with a Gorge and insta come into the minefield and Junkrat gets blown apart. That's how you get Abathur value right there. They went for the Garrosh kill. They got another Viking. Yeah. And there's the Octograb. Where's my laser? Where's my laser? Nah, he's on cooldown. Oh my god. That's not how you do this. I'm disappointed, Phoenix. You need to work on your cooldown a little bit more. What is happening here, by the way? Oh, Eric! Get him! It's too late. No! Abathur made his way out. Oh, the chicken wanted the worm too, but couldn't get it. Oh, so good. Alright, alright. So now it's Phoenix that has moved down to the bottom of the map to deal with the fort. We have level 13 talents for them. The Bombard Strain. I haven't seen a Locust build for Abathur in a hot minute. That was the old school comp. That was what everybody was playing back in the day because it was insanely powerful. Precision strike negated. Good job by Sylvanus here. Using the Aegis to save Garrosh. But yep, there's the hook. And goodbye. The bird is dead. So they take the birdie down. Nicely done. Well played. And well, that is how you get a kill with Abathur and with Phoenix. Murky and Phoenix. My bad. So yeah, let's take another quick look at that. So over here, as you can see, so first Murky gets in position, gets the Octograb, and then the laser show begins, and that is a kill. It was actually Nova that got the last hit in, so a little bit of a kill steal moment in the first place. Phoenix is during all of this still at the bottom of the map, by the way, and dealing with a fort, so he's about to destroy that as the Vikings are getting taken down here as well. Mid lane is already about to be opened up. There's still a tribute, by the way, that nobody cares about, so Murky has passed it multiple times now. And they're just like, yeah, whatever. Later. Later. Don't need this right now. We're busy. We're busy kicking ass and chewing bubblegum. And we're all out of bubblegum.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh yeah. So, it's a trap! It's a trap! Get him! Get him! Go! Let's go, boys! Let's go! Oh, Abby. Yeah, nicely done. Great job. The second tribute has by now been channeled, by the way, so yeah, finally Phoenix did it. But he is getting in hot waters over here. The stuns are in, they want the kill, and they get it! Phoenix is dead once more. Now, they are chasing Stitches. They don't have level 16 yet, so there's no stun. Falstad is flying, goes for the gust, they get 2, and Stitches! Stitches dead, Nova is running, and Nova is gonna die. Herath is dead as well. Nice! But the Octograph attempt here on Falstad just wasn't enough. He got really close though. Even the copy on Murky is now trying to go for the bird, but that's just not happening. Ah, brilliant game. Brilliant game. Even Abathur died once. The Abathur copy on Murky is hilarious, by the way. Oh my god. This is one way to kill a bird. Check this out again. Have a look at this. Have a look at this. The mines. They're getting chased. Murky. And then he dies. It's a trap. Oh, it's so good. Murky. Abathur, he just knows how to play them. Just know how to play them. The Locust Brood is in. They got that as well. Another talent, 15 kills to 6, by the way. Looking at the damage numbers, Nova is, of course, once again justifying her reputation as player kill number 1 with 32,000 that she currently has. But this is a curse, by the way. So yes, if they channel that, which they're apparently not interested in, or still a little bit hesitant about, then yeah. He wants another hook. Another hook and mines. Okay, doesn't seem like they can get this one. They're hoping, of course, for Gorge here too. But they're trying to get their tribute at the top. They are level 16, by the way, so the red team is now trying to set up traps by themselves. They have the stun on Olaf. That's big. Channel comes through, alright, so they get one. Octo grab, laser, precision strike, and he's dead. So is Stitches on the other hand. But yeah, the kills, they keep coming. The kills keep coming. Now we have 16 to 7 kills. Murky is dead. Eager saves the day for the bird. And Nova, she's at least trying to get some kills, but Phoenix was saved, and Nova might not be out of the woods yet. Now Junkrat is a little bit aggressive for my liking, and is just committing honorable Sudoku over here. So he's gone. But they still want Nova, and you know what? They're gonna get her. She gets another kill, though. So she took down Falstad, too. Falstad died as well. Oh, fantastic. Yeah! Another mine. How many kills has Abathur gotten now? Everybody's trying to run away from Murky just to run into another Abathur mine and die. 1 fort at the bot lane gets destroyed on the other hand. 20 versus 8, the kill count, and we have another talent coming in for the cats any second now, as they are about to hit level 20 themselves. Now Merc is obviously still doing a little bit of work down here, trying to take that keep down. But yeah, it is just glorious. So the fight is on. Another tribute is on the map and could be collected if they're interested in a curse. So far, the answer is pretty much no. 41,000 damage for Abathur. Yeah, there's the Stitches copy. Trying to bait them, playing some mind games. And there it is, the laser show. Oh, that's just mean. He's still alive, though. He's still alive. Yep, that's how you juke out the combo. Okay, he's a survivor, guys. They used so much shit on him, and he is still alive. I'm not gonna tell you that he's not gonna... he's actually not gonna die. No, he's gonna survive through all of this. Alright, nicely done. Yeah, that's how... I mean, that's my boy. Right there. Nova is dead. And they're continuing with the party down here. But yeah, look at this one again. So here they come. First precision strike. Then they got the cracker. He makes it out of the first one. Second precision strike. Easy juke, baby. And then he taunts them and just runs away. Juke Master 2000 has been activated. Abathar has killed the top keep though. So Abathar has moved towards the top and used his Locust Brute to take down the top keep successfully. Now with level 20 talents and the cracker upgrade, and now we have a massive cooldown reduction on this one. It's going to be huge. Precision barrage as well. They're trying to go for the boss, but it's already a bit of a trap. But I mean, what else are you going to do, right? At some point you have to try and make a move. Olaf is dead already. Here comes the Planet Cracker. And this time he's dead. This time he's dead, but who takes the camp? It's the red team. No? 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 Phoenix? Abathar is dead. Phoenix against Oriel. She takes it. She takes it. Phoenix screwed it up. Nice. Phoenix gets at least the kills, but yes, the boss was taken. Core gets attacked on the other hand, so that's a bit of a problem. Might that they're even trying to go for it. But yeah, look at this one. It was just glorious. While the kills happen at the bot lane, Oriel just comes in with a quick whip, puts him into the corner, and then steals the boss. 24 kills, 212. Now the Gorge on Balog, and they get him. Cat's Paw is about to die here. Catapults, by the way, in the core. I have no idea what Captain Rex is drinking, but drink a little bit less of it. That went nowhere. I have no idea what he was trying to laser. It was a zoning laser. It was a zoning ult, everybody. He was just trying to zone them a little bit. One catapult already doing some damage. And we have the precision strike, which can now be used in this situation too. The boss is, by the way, still up and is attacking the bottom keep as we speak. But in the middle of the map, the party continues with another octo grab. Gust was attempted, trying to save him, but that didn't work either. So now a second keep has been destroyed, and they're just all over the place. Double stitches. Vikings get attacked by another precision strike as the bottom lane gets pushed by siege giants. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Oh, Garrosh! Yes, he gets out. Garrosh gets out. Catapults are back on the core. At least one has taken aim now. Even Abathar is close, trying to go for the slaps to help out a little bit. And Oriel, chills in the laser, gets the heal. They're still alive. Aegis is used, and they're all getting away, or at least some of them. Interestingly enough, some of the catapults have already been eliminated. The core is slowly falling to 70%. And now that Abathar is coming in, you know that trouble's brewing. He's gonna go for the slap! Slap it, yes! The Locusts are too much, and that's a 2-0. The Cats with the big lead in the best of 5. GG. Game number 3, first match point for the Cats. It's 2 of the Spider Queen. And what do they have in store for us now? The map choice this time by Twitch team. So again, they are great sports. They came in and they said like, hey, we play on short notice. We don't care if we go up against opponents that are on a higher level than we are. We want to have some fun here. We want to embrace the spirit of Meta Madness. And they actually, some of them messaged me later and they said that they enjoyed it a lot. They haven't won a map yet, but they are giving everything, as you can see. And it's huge fun for them to just like, you know, play with a bit of a different system as you see in most tournaments. So yes, the Meta Madness rules are pretty entertaining, not only for the audience. Honestly, for me personally, hosting this format now for the 7th time in a row, it's insanely satisfying to have players that are already in retirement always come up to me and be like, hey, if you run another Meta Madness, I actually want to play. I'm going to talk to some people and just play that tournament. I'm not interested in playing the normal tournaments, but this is just always so much fun that I'm going to jump in for it. So yeah, for me that's always awesome, and we have a couple of examples like that already here in Meta Madness number 7. But even for some of the amateurs that are obviously now in the group stage still getting a chance, it's pretty cool. Now, I am a little bit curious in the sense that this is one of the first times that Twitch team has actually chosen the map, so maybe they have a special strategy for this. I also want to see what the Cats are going to do. since everybody seems to be embracing the memes, I'm a little bit shocked that nobody or like very few people have played the Butcher yet. We had one Butcher game. Now I expected Asmodan maybe to be taken by Twitch team, but I think it's already a good start. Going over with Asmodan. The days of old, I really liked it back in the day. There was a phase in the game where Asmodan was an absolute staple on this map. You had very few maps where Asmodan was played. Blackhearts was one, but that map got moved out of the pool. And then you had Tomb of the Spider Queen. And this is where Asmodan played actually a huge role because you could very quickly stack and then get big damage in the late game. And I still remember that back then when you had an Asmodan composition, the game was always the same. One team, that's an awesome pick, one team had to prevent the Asmodan team from getting into the late game, so you had to kill them early, and for the Asmodan team the whole goal was to just stall, get Asmodan to that late game and then dominate. And when from the beginning of a game you have that narrative already set, that was super fun to watch because it didn't apply to every map, it was only possible on some maps. So I'm a little bit sad that this isn't quite possible in the normal meta these days anymore. But they are obviously going bananas right now. I mean, you got Asmodan, you got Ziggurat, you got Probius. When we're talking about wave clear and push power, that's it. Nazeebo taken on the side of Twitch team. I would expect them to go Nazeebo here. To go Ragnaros here. If you're going up against this, Ragnaros is great. He has his own wave clear. You have the Molten Core to slow them down. And Nazeebo and Ragnaros was also back in the day a comp that was played simply because all that Ragnaros does is slow the game down and try and get Nazeebo into the late game. And that's where you shine. So I would go for Ragnaros pick. You also have the Lava Wave, which in this case I would take just so you control the Web Weavers a little bit more. And it takes it away from the Cats because I have the feeling that the Cats would go for it too. You go Mal'Ganis. And there's Zul, which I don't mind either, but I would be shocked if we're not seeing a Ragnaros pick now for the Cats. They've already highlighted that they want to go down this path. Unless they're adding some normal heroes as well. Maybe a support wouldn't be the worst idea. I mean, they still want to win. They've clearly been trolling around a little bit, but you can tell that everything they've done so far was still with the goal in mind to win. There's prize money on the line. You want to make it through the group stage. Playoffs, all of this is going to be intensified even further. And there's Ragnaros and there's Gazlo. I mean, again, as I already said, Ragnaros for me personally was a given that we would see them. This is why I would have liked for the Twitch team to take it themselves, but they go now for Kel'Thuzad, so I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. The game is obviously getting completely bananas here. Tomb of the Spider Queen, first match point for the blue team, and it is a wild team composition. So let's head straight into Tomb. The Cats with the full-on specialist team in game number 3. Zero on Gazlo, Captain Rex on Zagara, Dracula and Probius, Irath on Asmodan, and No Game No Life on Rag. On the right side of the map, it's Twitch team with Booza on Zul, Nemesis on Kel'Thuzad. He already showcased his Kel'Thuzad yesterday, and it was actually pretty solid. Monch on Mal'Ganis, Nacho Libre on Malfurion, and Cat's Paw on Nazeebo. Honestly, this game and these lineups are giving me a little bit of PTSD, because back in the days when the specialist role still existed as such, the worst thing that could happen when you played any kind of public game was that you had one of these specialist mains. They were the most annoying people to play with because they were always running around and like, oh, I'm special. But more annoyingly, they would normally just stick to side lanes and pretty much do nothing the entire game but play PvE, and then like, I'm helping! Look at my siege damage! Look at my siege damage! I'm helping! The entire team begging them to join a team fight or to just like retreat. They would die over and over again and just point out their siege damage all day long. These professional Zagara players and Nazeebo players that would always just like solo lane the entire game. It's just like, dude, why are you playing a multiplayer game in the first place? You're just playing alone the entire game. They were horrible. I hated those guys with an absolute passion. That doesn't mean that there weren't players that played a mean Zagara or anything like it, but the guys that did it the right way, they weren't specialist mains, they just were able to play a very good specialist, usually one or two, and then adjusted them to the team composition. But I think every Heroes of the Storm player that has played for a long time knows exactly the type of player that I'm talking about here. Just those divas that would just solo, never join the team, always play alone. Oh, just thinking about it makes me angry. It's insane. But yeah. I think pretty much all of us at some point or another just were raging in front of a keyboard because one of those guys. So looking at that comp here, that gives me some flashbacks to that, as you can see. But as I explained during the draft already, personally, I love to see a good Asmodan back in the day in the competitive scene. Now, obviously, now for the last couple of years, it hasn't really been a thing. But there was a time that this was an actual option. And it was super fun to see it on this map. And it's all about the stacking then, really. So Ragnaros, I expected him personally to be played on the other side to slow the game down a little bit. I think a decent late game favors, to an extent, Twitch team here, given that they are playing with Nazeebo, whose stacking is interrupted at the top as he's getting killed right here. But yeah, in the middle, there's also a lot of damage already done. The whole goal, obviously, of the Cats is just to push this very aggressively, and they got the tools for it too. They're even getting another kill against Zul at the top. That's already a bad sign that the red team is losing heroes this early on. The wall has been destroyed, and boy, oh boy, are they starting to suffer. Now, there's no healers on the side of the Cats, so if you're ever forcing them into team fights, you can bet your butt that they are going to get murdered. But as long as they're just pressuring on all lanes and dominate the macro, that's when the red team has some real trouble at their hands. So this is more or less what's happening as we speak. And this could get even worse once that we're having some turn-ins for the boys in blue. I mean, already they've broken through the walls and started to damage the forts themselves. But as you can see, some of the heroes get caught, and that's 12 gems down the drain. And this is one of the biggest risks also for the blue team. They want to play around the opponent and pressure, and it's always dangerous when you let that pressure slide. But it means that you will likely not move back to turn in your gems very often, and if you then get killed, then you lose all of them, and that's a huge issue. So right now we still got 2 kills to 1. We have a little bit of a lead in experience for the Cats. Khaldor, I definitely have my eyes on him because he played a very, very strong game the last time that he used the hero. It's not usually a hero that he can play simply because he doesn't have the hit point pool that allows him to survive in a lot of these cases, but he's been doing a fantastic job the last time, and this is Meta Madness after all. You don't have a Genji here that simply jumps on you and takes you down. There's no Tracer in this game, so there's a lot of heroes that are now not playable anymore, which allow you to draft a composition that, yeah, facilitates some serious action for Khaldor. And he's trying his best here. But they're getting pushed back. Level 7 talents are already in. We have the Master of Destruction in the house. Topside, Zagara is trying to pull a Jaedong, channeling her inner Jaedong here with the creep spread, which gets a little bit better controlled now, but especially early on it was absolutely disgusting. So yeah, she's lots of vision there with all of the creep tumors. Turn-ins haven't really happened so far. We have a Toad build for Nazeebo, and he's sitting at 50 stacks, so that's not too bad. But these rotations, this is the danger. That's 17 gems in the hands of Zagara. So she is... what? Yeah, okay, she's going to die, but Dracula collects all of the gems together with no game, no life. Now he himself is also in a bit of trouble, trying to dodge everything as best as he can, and is able to make it out. So while Gazlo dies and loses some gems, they're at least able to contribute a few to the turning point, but Dracula himself on his Probius should probably still try to make his way out. Now keep in mind that with all of these walls gone and also the forts taking damage, if you are getting web weavers now into the game, that pretty much means that main structures will be destroyed. And that is the goal here for the Cats. That is unfortunate though. Yeah, dumm gelaufen. Walks around the corner, straight into 3 opponents, and that is 30 down the drain. So, yep, can kiss that goodbye. That's more than a little bit unfortunate for them. That was a big setback here. So while they're doing great damage in most of these situations, they're now losing ground on the objective, and that's a massive problem. Nemesis is nearly killed. Does he have an orb? Yep, but it was aiming a little bit to see if maybe Khaldor moves away. That wasn't the case. Oh boy, the level 10! So close! Moonfire his ass! Nope. He makes it out. The spray game. That is some top-notch play, by the way. When we're talking about spray game, that deserves some credit. He actually has it perfectly synced up with the hero that he plays. Nicely done. Now, level 10 abilities are in. We get the Nidus. Yes! We also have the Demonic Invasion. That's awesome. Robo-Goblin. So they're really trying to just go for push pressure. But then again, the first turn, it just happened for the red team. That's something that they really wanted to prevent from happening. That's a very early lava wave, by the way. Not so sure about that one. Is that at least timed around the minions? No, it isn't. Yeah, that was a pretty shitty lava wave, so that didn't really do a whole lot for them. I mean, the lane is still going to be easily safe, but this could have been better. Now, they're dealing with the bot lane. It's not too bad, but it could have been better for sure. Small map either way, but yeah, they got some stuff done. 150 stacks for Asmodan, so he's getting to his first completion of the quest with another 50 missing. And down at the bottom of the map, Ragnaros is already done with this. I don't even think that he had to use his Molten Core here. A couple hits are coming, at least he's aiming for something. But they're burning this Web Weaver down very quickly too. This was actually much better than I expected. I expected them to lose a little bit more than that. Now, they lost some of the outer walls, and it seems like they're losing Ragnaros too. He's trying to get out, but yeah, small chance of that happening. Same is happening to Mal'Ganis on the other hand, so he's dead as well. With 38 gems in their hands, they could go for another turn-in. That is 20 gems that they're losing now, though. Yep, they're losing way too many gems in this game. This is a big problem. I highlighted it earlier. Team fights are not working for them, not at all. They cannot team fight. They have to stay at a distance. It's just not a thing. So right now, Zagara is playing around the Nidus a little bit. She's also getting another one of these walls down. We have the push over here, top side. Nazeebo is trying to get value. They are level ahead and they have level 13. Zagara popping in. Yeah, that's the end of Cat's Paw. He's dead. 90 stacks on his baseline. So he's slowed down a little bit too. That kill really helped him. And more stacks also for Asmodan, who's of course going to play a huge role as this continues, especially with lane control. It's an interesting one, honestly. It's really interesting because, as I said before, team fights are a big problem for the red team. They knew that from the start. This is also why they are adjusting the plays the way they do. But their big issue is the turn-ins. They are not turning their gems in. And that is a big problem. Yeah, a little bit late to the party here with this one. So that lava wave didn't properly help him. And yeah, now the timing was also screwed up. So the minion wave spawned already and the lava wave is gone, so a little bit of it has been burned away, but it didn't hit all of it, so it makes things a little bit more complicated. 34 gems, they got the gem amount, they just have to turn in, but they are continuing to fight here. They don't really get into good position for this. Zul has been taken down, so they've been stealing this away. Camp has been stolen. They went for Zul, took him down. Asmodan is still pushing at the bottom of the map. A lot more pressure up at the top where Fort is about to fall. So yes, they are still doing the damage, and they're taking the structures down. It's not only the top lane that's about to fall. Here in the middle, we're seeing a similar picture with the mercenary camps and with Probius just absolutely crushing it. And at the bottom of the map, a similar one is unfolding. So no game, no life. Is he going for it? Yes! Going for the Molten Core. Doesn't hit the stun, but still good damage. Forcing them back. Pinging them out too. Malfurion is still able to escape, but they secured themselves 3 forts now without a turn-in. Still haven't gotten a turn-in, but is doing tons and tons of work here. 27,000 damage for Probius. He's the top damage in the game. He's also dead. Yeah, but down here, the gates are already taking some damage. Zagara is on the run. 26 gems. And time to say goodbye. Zagara is gone. They try to get Zul. He's dead. And they recover the gems. This is about as good as it gets in that situation. They lose Gazlo too, but again, it could get much better than that. A third one falls. Asmodan gets annihilated. Immediately, we're having the lava wave here. Mal'Ganis gets killed. And yes, thanks to the lava wave, they retain the control over the lane. Now, in the middle, the turning continues. And now both teams have level 16, which gives us even more damage thanks to the Bone Spear that gets claimed. We have red web weavers coming down again, which makes it very annoying for No Game No Life to still be sitting on 33 gems. If he at any point dies and those gems are lost, that would be a problem. They haven't gotten a single turn in yet. And they've already done a lot of structural damage. That's the good news. But yeah. Ragnaros, careful my friend. You are asking for it. Now Zagara, look how far away she is. I mean, damn. Zagara is so far out right now, burning that Web Weaver down within seconds. I mean, no chance there. Somebody has to deal with her too, or she is just crushing that lane. She can also put the Nidus in and always retreat, but they are all going for the kills here up at the top. So she knows nobody's there right now. Khaldor went back and is attempting to deal with her now, I guess, but he might already be a little bit too late to the party because she's able to take the gate down and one of the towers will be destroyed at least. Zagara gets killed, nicely done, but Azmodan is now also here and he continues her good work. The top fort at least has been destroyed. Demonic Invasion has been used now too, so they're trying to go for keep damage, but the same is happening at the top as the foreman moves in. Oh, good move, good stun, good damage, and maybe even a kill. Dark Conversion against Probius, but Ragnaros is holding on to their lane. Whereas down at the bottom with the double catapult and the laser show, we're now seeing the keep slowly fall. So he's doing his best to take it down. I don't think he necessarily is going to succeed in pulling this one off. But since the rest of the red team has gone for boss, he just might. He just might be able to do it. Catapults, shoot another couple of shots, and that is the keep gone. Up at the top, they know exactly what's going on here, and they're willing to just put them to the test. Lava Wave has been used. Zagara from behind against Malfurion. And he's dead. And boy, they're going to die here. Yes, Nazeebo is dead. Mal'Ganis is about to get dropped. And Zul is not looking too good either. And let's not forget that we have Ireth coming in. Laser show, and there's the kill. Now they go for Probius, but Zul is also exposing himself to a potential death, and that is the end of him. They have 42 gems. This is the opportunity to turn in if they want to. But it really seems like they want to do this without the objective. They have 200 stacks now on Azmodan, and they're moving in again. Another 15 seconds until he has his Demonic Invasion, and then this keep will fall. Plenty of time that they have here. 37 stacks for no game, no life. He's eating quite a lot of damage, but of course this is going to be a second keep that they're now going to destroy. So yep, there it is. Ragnaros is down. The gems get collected. Ireth at 40. The keep is gone, and Zagara is going for the top lane. Now, if Azmodan makes his way over here, he has his ult, but he also could just simply turn in. And with level 20, he's even upgrading it. So there's the turn-in. They're trying to go for game. The Pact Instinct, and we got the Siege Breaker. That's just disgusting. That's just absolutely disgusting. So now you got Siege Breaker over here, and you can just drop it on the core whenever the push is happening. He's always canceling the turn-in. Gazlowe is still making a move for the boss, so I suppose he's trying to wait a little bit here. But that also means that he's now going to die, lose the gems. So yeah, great job. Great job, uses ult as well, and I would call not worth. Now they're gonna get the boss, don't get me wrong, at least that's happening. Barely, I might add, but they get it. Still, it's a little bit wild. Lava Wave comes through the top lane now. Damage is in, and yeah, they get burned a little bit, just grilled slightly. But Zagara is already trying to go for game, as you can see. So Zagara is attacking the core. The boss is moving over and is getting attacked at the same time as they're trying to prevent the last keep from falling. But somebody also has to deal with her. The shield only killed a little bit. Couldn't destroy the entire thing. Ragnaros with another trade. The Molten Core, baby. And they are still hoping for some actual core damage. As at the top, the keep is about to fall. Ragnaros gets attacked. Shield is still not completely gone, but they're buying time for the rest of the team to make it back into the game. The gems have been lost. The gems have been lost. He cancelled the turn in a little bit too often, trying to buy a little bit of time for the boss up at the top, I suppose. Khaldor, by the way, hasn't died yet. Gazlowe has died 8 times. Gazlowe has died 8 times in total. So yeah, leading the charts there with a pretty big margin. And it seems that Azmodan is just saying, you know what, that keep is mine. So comes in, gets a hit. And that wasn't enough. Little bit late on the laser, if you ask me, but he makes it. And now he tries the kill against Khaldor. Does he have another? Oh, no! Oh my god! Seems a little bit like a waste, but okay. Here comes the lava wave! Here comes the birdie! And they're already on the run. The hits keep coming, the waves are getting destroyed. Asmodan at the top, the rest in the middle, Zagara at the bottom, and they're all trying to go for core here. 11 kills to 23. Big lead for the Twitch team in kills, but it doesn't really help them. So, yeah. Catapults will make it towards the core again. We're 17 minutes in, so now they are going to hurt a lot more. And the red team, as you can tell, is very much so pinned into their base. Not a whole lot that they can do here. They're really trying to push this back out, but they're also lacking the gems for a turn in. They need 7 more, which they should get pretty easily here in the middle. But now Mal'Ganis is dead, and that puts them down to a 5v4. And yeah, things are not looking good for them. Well, this could be a kill. Captain Rex nearly dying. Has immediately in the nidus, so that makes it easy for him to pop back out, as Asmodan has taken a camp on the other side of the map and is going to bring it back soon. Vile Infection is not a thing yet. Nazeebo is at 156 stacks, but he's clearly waiting for it. Now that they take Probius down, you know what? He might just be able to get it in time to save the day for them here. I mean, it's going to be tough, but maybe he has a chance to make it towards his level 20. He's picking it already, so he has high hopes for it. But he needs to get a few more stacks together. Question is, can he? He's going to try, but it's not going to be easy. Malfurion dead, meaning they have no sustain and no support here. And you look at the minimap, and every single lane is just pushing aggressively against the core. It's absolutely bananas over here. So, yeah, another attempted hit. Kel'Thuzad way too low. Cat's Paw, he knows he just needs a few more hits, but they're suffering so much already here. 158 stacks. Nazeebo coming in again, trying to get a few more hits in, and he's at 162. He's so close, but they're starting to lose the core here. They're going in for a kill. Lava Wave once more. Oh, 166 for Nazeebo. Another minion wave. Come on, boy, you can do it. If they would turn it with a Nazeebo damage on 20, that would be absolutely ridiculous. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's too little too late. But it would just be fantastic. And you can tell, he really doesn't want to get too close to the action now, because he knows how dangerous it is. I mean, look at Monchi here. He's trying to get away once again on the front line, and he himself is already suffering with every single step that he takes out. Now another hit happening. 172, 173. He's so close. There it is. Nazeebo is done, but the core is already losing hit points. Nazeebo has the Vile Infection. He is at 30,000 damage right now, but is this going to be enough to help him turn the battle? I think it's too late. It would be glorious if they could turn it here, but I think it's going to be too late. Lava Wave is in. Mal'Ganis is dead. Here comes Nazeebo trying to battle it out with Gazlo. And the Gas Lord is giving him the clamps. At least trying to. Core is slowly recovering a little bit here, but now that Ragnaros is going for a straight again, Asmodan is at the top side trying to solo the boss. The pressure is just not letting up. They're losing ground by the second. Kel'Thuzad is dead, so is Zagara. At least the counter kill, but the core is falling, and it's falling quickly. 37%, and the catapults are hitting like trucks right now. This has to be game. This absolutely has to be game. 23 points. Yes, it's not enough to have Gazlo with the quest completed here. They're desperately trying to hold these lanes back, and it is just not happening. Another hit by No Game No Life. Gazlo is dead, but the core is at 9%, and even the minion damage alone seems to already be enough to drop it here. So on the side, Ragnaros coming in with another hit, and it's over. A 3-0 victory as the Cats take down the Twitch team. GG and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.